Hello everyone, welcome to Tottenham Hotspur's training ground for this media conference with Thomas Tuchel ahead of tomorrow's FIFA World Cup qualifier against Latvia at Wembley Stadium. As ever, we can keep it to 2 questions per person and we can get around you as many as possible. Rob, do you want to start?
Thomas, good to see you.
Hi, same.
You've had some time to kind of digest, I suppose, and look back at that first game in charge for you as England's manager now. What's been your main take from the game and what's been your biggest message to the players?
Well, there were some messages already, but it was also recovery day yesterday, so we gave the players also a bit of time to breathe and enjoy a bit of time off before we start today again on match day -1 to prepare for the match tomorrow. In general, I was very happy with the effort and how we started the game. We played a lot of passes. We were totally dominant. We were well structured, so we conceded absolutely no counterattacks. We were very well aware of the long balls and collecting the second ball. So we put a lot of effort in. This was maybe not so visible and was not so exciting to watch and not so attractive, but it was necessary to keep Albania to an absolute minimum of no big chances at all. The effort of the team to play in the structure and the effort in the counter pressing after ball losses was very high, was very good. The game was a little bit strange because there were not a lot of ball losses. There were not a lot of interruptions in the game, so it was quite tiring. If you are then totally responsible for everything in the match, for all the attacking, for all the counter pressing, for everything what is going on, and the opponent just try to absorb the energy and try to slow the game down, defend in a block. It's sometimes difficult to maintain the level of focus, to maintain the level of excitement. And there were some ups and downs in our match. We lost then a little bit the structure. We lost a little bit the faith in the structure, and were a little bit more vulnerable in the counterattacks in the second half, but not for a long moment. Basically, we focus on the positives. We have a first win, a well-deserved win. We have a clean sheet. We have a win against the unorthodox opponent who played very well in the Euros and made the most of the role as an underdog, and from there we go.
Good stuff. That's a big analysis.
Yeah.
Thank you. Looking ahead to Latvia, do you plan to make a lot of changes?
Yes and no. I mean, we have also reasons to let all of them play again and say let's do stuff a little bit better and find our rhythm together and find the connections. But we have also reports from the physical department, of course, that there are some players are flagged with slight concerns or like with worries or like just the observation that they had a lot of acceleration, deceleration, a lot of sprints. So let's see, it's only the second day after the match. It's still a day where we have to be cautious. And it could also make sense to put some fresh players, fresh legs who really deserve to play and had some tight decisions. So maybe it will be a mix between the both.
Is there anybody particularly that's struggling that you might not be available for you?
Anthony Gordon left, and we have some three players who feel their legs after the match. But let's see. We have still quite some time. It's tomorrow evening, and we will use every minute. So let's see.
Hi Thomas, just following on from that, with the club feel you're trying to build, will the thinking overall be to build on that starting 11 or rotate depending on the opposition and matches as you go forward?
Well, it's on opposition and matches. I think we are clear favourites in the next match. I think it will be difficult to predict what Latvia is exactly doing. Of course, we are right now watching at clips from their match against Andorra. We're watching clips from North Macedonia. We're watching clips from Faroe Island. Still, they're facing also a new level of opponent with us, and it's not so clear to predict what they are going to do. They have an Italian coach. They are well structured since he is in charge. We expect a back five. We expect either a 5-3-2 or a 5-4-1. But we were able to push Albania back, not let Albania create anything. Normally with their strong long balls, the strong movements when they change lines and with the wingers come from outside inside. We were very well aware of that. Now, I think we need mentally to adapt to that kind of role, then try to implement our structure on the ball and then have a good mix, like when does it make sense to change our structure, to have to make life easier for our players to defend, to have high ball wins, and this is the question that we have to answer: how much we can predict and what we need to take in charge. That maybe not everything is perfect because we don't fully know what's coming.
And I know you gave the players some time off and space to breathe. Have you spoken to Marcus Rashford and Phil Foden about what more you wanted from them from that last match?
I think they know. I've spoken to both of them also in front of the group. They know that I appreciate the effort. I think especially off the ball. We can see in the numbers, and we can see when we watch the match again how much effort they put into defending high, into the counter press. Also in their sprinting numbers. Marcus had a lot of runs when we had the ball where we did not see him, where we did not use him. Was a little bit unlucky maybe with the timing. And from time to time we oversaw him. Phil is just maybe not finding the momentum at the moment that he can have, but both of them are very positive, have every right to be positive, and know exactly what we want from them. Ideally, we try to bring them in more one-on-one situations, and ideally they have the confidence to take the one-on-ones. Phil needs maybe a little bit closer connections to a number 10 than we could provide in this match. And Marcus created a big chance, created one big chance for Jude Bellingham. And like I said, had some runs off the ball where we did not use him, but off the ball the effort was there, and that's what counts.
Hello, Thomas. In that situation when players haven't performed to your expectation and you're needing to rotate a squad, is the temptation to keep playing them in the starting 11 to build that confidence and structure, or?
Yeah, both. It could help. It could help, and it would also, I think, not a problem to do that exactly that and start with the same lineup. But it's also not a problem to change because we have some players who really deserve to play, and it would be also nice to see them perform and to give them the confidence. At the moment, no one will be dropped from a performance point of view. I think we did what was needed. We can do better and have stuff to improve, and we will focus on that. And if we think some fresh legs can help for tomorrow, then we're not shy to do it. But no one needs to be dropped because he's not good enough.
How's Morgan Gibbs-White? Because you didn't call him up, you brought him in, and then you didn't put him in the squad. Does he get a chance at Wembley this time?
It's very likely that he will be in the squad. Morgan is an amazing character, I have to say. I'm happy that he's with us. He deserves a lot of praise because, first of all, how he took the first disappointment when he got my call that he's not in the squad. He handled it very well because when he got the second call, he was straight away excited, and he didn't take it personal. I can see why he is a winner. We can clearly see that. I think he won with the youth teams already titles with the national teams, so you can see that he's a fantastic team player and can handle disappointment very, very well. When we trained after the match in Wembley, he was one of the outstanding players again in training. Even if he was not although he was not in the squad before, so it's amazing. It's also how we expect it to be, because it should be an honor and it should be a privilege to play for England, and the egos have to be put aside. That's what everyone's doing, and Morgan does it very in an impressive way.
Okay, we'll come to Jasmine at the front here, and then our friends from Latvia at the back.
Thank you. Thomas, your honesty is incredibly refreshing. Even after a 2-0 win game, you still said we need to do better. What does better look like to you?
A little bit more structured, still a higher rhythm, more penetration in the opponent's box, more runs off the ball, and put our standards higher to more repetition of the same patterns. That's basically it. I think the most important was that from the excitement and the input throughout the week, we could see that everyone was ready. Everyone was ready to push the other one. The energy was right. The attitude towards teammates and within the group was very, very good. It was still, I can just repeat myself, was a quite complicated match to play against a well-organized and good defending team. And still we have room to improve. We can be more aggressive. We played a lot of passes, especially in the first half. When it comes to the last 20 meters, we have to think more about scoring, have a bit shorter connections, like I said, and a bit more aggressive runs off the ball. That's what we're trying to do, and maybe we can straight away show tomorrow.
Hello, Remens from Latvian television. Under new coach, Latvia is still trying to find its identity. Of course, we don't have a lot of representation in major leagues, but we have young squad. Are there any players that are standing out in your opinion, and who would you take most consideration if who would be the most dangerous player in our team?
I know all the faces of your players, but I have to admit that I don't know all the names. If you ask me, you have one key player out, unfortunately for you. Good for us, one key player in the half left midfield. I think you have an identity. I think the identity with the new coach is pretty clear. You play a 5-3-2. You play a 5-4-1. You play straightforward, very, very quickly, straightforward into the two strikers. You have wingbacks on the side who then support to attack. You have a number 8, minimum one number 8, two strikers in the box. And you try to cross very early. So I think there are quite some patterns already visible. I think it's also, you have to be patient and trust in the process. We can clearly see that you have a young team, and we will prepare professionally, and we will raise our standards hopefully to be the winner, because that's what we demand of ourselves. But we respect the quality and quality of the coach and the team, of course.
Matis Timofejos, Latvian television too. Thomas, you have a great career in club football in Europe, Germany, France, England. What can you feel already right now in England? What's the main differences to manage club and manage a national team?
That I'm the most happy when I'm football coach in England. This is what I can tell you, because I think it's a very special place to be. It's a very special group of players, and the league and the approach of the fans to the league shapes the character and the attitude of the players, which is always a pleasure to be around, and there is no difference. It feels like training camp. It feels like a pre-season a little bit, because you're 10 days together, so it's very condensed and it's very intense. Period work of time. Once the games are over, it's very different, because you watch a lot of games, but you don't have the close contact to the players, which I love the most. But it's exciting, because we have 16, 17 months and a big target. We want to qualify for US, and we want to arrive as a strong group who's ready to go all the way. So it's an honor, it's a privilege, and it's a lot of fun so far.
Hi, Thomas. There were doubts before the game between a back three or a back four for your team. You ended up picking a back four.
Yeah.
Curious about your process on picking a back four, and if this is the final asset of your team going forward.
Not necessarily. I mean, it was our first game together, and it's important to have these games together to get to know each other better, and see how the connections work, and see where we can improve, and where we have maybe slight problems. It's always about the players who gives what to the team, and then find the best system that that they feel the most comfortable and be the most threatening and at the same time most balanced squad. At the moment, we thought that the first idea was very quickly that we wanna play very offensive, also with very offensive wingers. If you play normally with a back five, then you play with wing back positions, and you have maybe sometimes only 3 offensive players, goal scorers on the field. We opted for a back 4 to have at least 4 plus a hybrid midfielder on the pitch. Was Curtis Jones. It can be then from time to time in this formation that we played now, can be even like 5 offensive players, which we will also try from time to time and see if we get the balance right, if this is possible. We still have the option to play with 3 central defenders, which I'm also familiar with and which has also advantages. Let's see. I think the players in the end will make the choice how good we are, how good we adapt to the different approaches. Football now is very fluid, so systems are maybe just static in goal kicks and in kickoffs, and then it becomes very fluid. And it's more about connections and finding principles that everyone can buy into, and this is what we're trying.
Okay, guys, we'll end it there. Thanks for your time.
Finish.